The legal battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has taken a dramatic turn, escalating into a full-blown courtroom conflict. The two stars are embroiled in a series of legal disputes surrounding their involvement in the 2024 film It Ends With Us, which has stirred up a storm of accusations, counterclaims, and media attention. The situation, once just a disagreement, has now become a highly publicized and complex case of sexual harassment, defamation, and retaliation. Let's break down the legal claims, explore the challenges each side faces, and take a deeper look into the allegations and the potential outcomes. The claims: sexual harassment, defamation, and retaliation. Blake Lively, famous for her roles in Gossip Girl and A Simple Favor, is accusing Justin Baldoni, the director of It Ends With Us, of sexual harassment and retaliation. Her lawsuit, which began as a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, has expanded into a full legal case. Lively's main allegations focus on Baldoni's inappropriate behavior during intimate scenes on set, including unwanted physical contact. She claims that Baldoni improvised kisses and physical intimacy without her consent, particularly during a scene where he allegedly bit her lower lip, an act that she insists was unscripted and unprofessional. A significant part of Lively's complaint is that the scenes in question lacked an intimacy coordinator, a professional responsible for ensuring that intimate scenes are safe and choreographed to avoid inappropriate actions. According to Lively, this oversight contributed to a toxic and uncomfortable work environment. She contends that Baldoni's actions were not only unprofessional but also sexually inappropriate. On the other hand, Baldoni's defense is based on the claim that he did, in fact, hire an intimacy coordinator, but that Lively refused to meet with this person. Baldoni asserts that the physical actions taken during the scenes were not spontaneous, but were done according to guidance from the intimacy coordinator, whose role was to ensure proper coordination. He further argues that Lively misinterpreted the professional steps taken and falsely painted him as a sexual aggressor. Retaliation and defamation. Baldoni has countered Lively's lawsuit with his own set of claims. He is suing for defamation, accusing Lively of falsely portraying their professional relationship and tarnishing his reputation. Baldoni argues that Lively's allegations were not only untrue, but that she weaponized them to control the production. He claims that Lively used the threat of withholding promotion for the film unless her demands were met, effectively coercing him into compliance. Baldoni has also raised a civil extortion claim, suggesting that Lively manipulated the situation to gain an advantage in negotiations. In his view, Lively's accusations were part of a strategy to force him into agreeing to her demands for the film's production, which included changes to the script, wardrobe, and editing. Baldoni's legal team has presented text messages and other evidence, including a message where Baldoni allegedly offered to meet Lively with the intimacy coordinator, a move Lively apparently resisted. In response, Lively maintains that Baldoni's actions were part of a coordinated smear campaign designed to discredit her after she raised concerns about his behavior. She argues that Baldoni, aided by a public relations crisis manager, sought to ruin her career by manipulating the media narrative against her. Legal challenges. Proving defamation and harassment. Both parties face substantial challenges in proving their claims. For Lively, the task of proving sexual harassment and retaliation rests on showing that Baldoni's actions on set were not only inappropriate, but were also retaliatory after she raised concerns. If Lively can present credible witnesses or evidence that supports her claims, such as testimonies from cast and crew members, her case will be stronger. Public support, like that of co-stars Jenny Slate and Brandon Sklenar, who have shown their support for Lively, could also play a significant role in strengthening her case. On the other hand, Baldoni's defense hinges on disproving the allegations against him. He will need to show that his actions were not sexual in nature, but rather a misunderstanding of the required scenes, conducted under the guidance of a professional intimacy coordinator. Furthermore, Baldoni must argue that Lively's claims of harassment are exaggerated or fabricated in order to gain control over the production and force his compliance. Defamation, a key element of Baldoni's counterclaim, is notoriously difficult to prove. For defamation to stand, Baldoni must demonstrate that the statements made by Lively were false and damaging to his reputation. Given the complexity of celebrity allegations, proving the truth of these statements can be challenging. Both parties will likely argue that their interpretation of events is the correct one, leaving it to the courts to determine the facts. Media strategy and public opinion. An intriguing aspect of this legal battle is the role that public relations and media strategy play. Baldoni's legal team has aggressively worked to turn the public's opinion in his favor. By releasing footage from the set and sharing text messages with the media, Baldoni's team has framed the narrative as a defense against false accusations. They argue that Lively's claims are part of a larger campaign to manipulate the public and control the media narrative. This approach has led to criticism from Lively's legal team, who argue that Baldoni's public statements and media campaigns could unfairly prejudice a trial. They claim that the extensive media coverage of the case, including articles in major publications like the New York Times, has been coordinated to harm Lively's reputation before the case even goes to court. The legal teams are now at odds over whether this public battle should continue or whether it should be confined to the courtroom. Lively's team has called for a gag order, which would prevent the parties from making public statements that could influence the jury. However, Baldoni's team counters that since Lively has already made the matter public, they have the right to respond and present their side of the story in the media. The role of Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift. While Blake Lively's accusations are central to the case, the involvement of her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and friend Taylor Swift adds an additional layer of complexity. Baldoni's legal team has suggested that Reynolds played a role in pressuring the film's production and influencing decisions regarding Lively's demands. Baldoni claims that Reynolds confronted him over Lively's weight and that the actor's involvement in the case could affect the film's production and script. Furthermore, Swift's name has been mentioned in text messages, though she is not officially a party in the case. Some have speculated that her involvement in the behind-the-scenes conversations could have an impact on how the case unfolds, but her role remains unclear. The defense may use these relationships to argue that Lively had significant power over the film's production, which could complicate her claims of harassment and retaliation. What lies ahead? As the case continues to unfold, both parties will have to grapple with serious allegations, evidence, and witness testimonies. The legal challenges are substantial, and the public spectacle surrounding the case only adds to the complexity. Will the case settle before reaching trial, or will it continue to play out in the public eye, much like the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard case did? One thing is clear: the outcome will depend on the ability of each side to prove their version of events. As we await further developments, it will be interesting to see how the legal system addresses the intersection of celebrity, power, and legal claims in a world where media exposure can make or break a case. And that's a wrap on the wild, twist-filled saga between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. What a roller coaster of legal drama, right? Who do you think has the stronger case? Will they settle, or will this go all the way to trial? We want to hear your thoughts, so make sure to drop a comment below. If you found this breakdown as mind-blowing as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates.